It's a pretty song. Thank you. We're going to do one right now called A Little Dab of Near You. How about that? Just a little bit of it. Bless your hearts for coming out in this storm and being with us. Charlie, we're tickled to death to have you with us. And we'd like to announce right now that we will not be on next Sunday because what is that little trivial thing that they're going to have that...
Some kind of a Super Bowl or something like that.
Oh, is that what it is? Well, anyway, they decided to run them instead of us, so we're not going to be on next Sunday, and we won't be on the Sunday after that, and they haven't told me what that was, and it scares me to death. But anyway, we'll be back the week after at our regular time, and don't you forget about us while we're gone.
It'll be 2 weeks. We'll be right back. All new ball game, right, Daddy?
That's right, honey. We want to thank you for watching. We love y'all. Till the next time, I'm Betty Vanneman.
And I'm Jack Ross.
We hope you have a terrific evening.
Does your car have more holes in it than the Fairview Golf Course? Do you own a Rolls Canardly? It rolls down the hill and can hardly get up the other side? Then roll on down to Greg Buick's January white sale. This 82 Ford Futura is just $157.06 a month or $53.20 cash. Or this 84 Pontiac J2000 wagon's a great buy for just $216.62 a month or $86.40 cash. Take advantage of our January white sale today at Greg Buick on the belt at Beck.
The Missouri Highway Patrol urges you to drive at a safe speed.
This week in country music, it's back to comedy for Ray Stevens with a crazy new hit song.
It's just fun to have a record that everybody's talking about.
Minnie Pearl shows us the new museum she's created by cleaning out her house.
I have got more white faces on my wall. You wouldn't believe it. And holes.
Also this week, 64 members of Sylvia's family make their television debut.
When I come in off the trip, a lot of times I'll come up here and say hi and ask them if they missed me.
Plus, Hank Williams Jr. performs his current hit song with a cast of thousands. We'll have a golden oldie from Ray Stevens and the latest from Deborah Allen.
This Week in Country Music is brought to you by Nissan, builders of high-quality cars and trucks for 50 years. Available at your Datsun dealer. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week in Country Music. I'm Charlie Chase.
And I'm Lori Ann Crook. Back in 1974, Ray Stevens' smash hit song, The Streak, sold over 5 million copies. And some people are saying that his current single may even top that. The song is called Mississippi Squirrel Revival, and it tells the story of what happens when a squirrel gets loose at a small-town revival meeting in Mississippi. It's one of the hottest songs in the country right now, and it celebrates the return of Ray Stevens to comedy.
But you should have seen that look in her eyes when that squirrel jumped her garters and crossed her thighs, and she jumped to her feet and said, "Lord, have mercy on me."
It's just fun to have a record that everybody's talking about.
Not only is everybody talking about Mississippi's Squirrel Revival, radio stations across the country are being flooded with requests to play it. Ray says the success of the record proves that comedy is where he needs to be.
I'm going to go with the flow. I enjoy doing comedy records. I mean, in the past, I've had some success with straight songs, and I'd always have a relapse after that and get an idea and do a funny record. And if that's how the majority of the people see Ray Stevens, that's how Ray Stevens should be.
The day the squirrel went berserk in the first self-righteous church in that sleepy little town of Pascagoula.
Now that Ray is returning to full-time comedy, he's released an entire album of funny songs with a title he's always wanted to use. He thinks he's Ray Stevens.
The classic syndrome for a truly crazy person is that he thinks he's Napoleon, right? I mean, you've heard that. So I always wanted to take a picture for an album cover, a comedy album cover, dressed as Napoleon.
So what happens if you decide that you're tired of comedy? Will it be difficult for you to go back to serious music?
Let me say that with the success of this album, I may never get another serious idea.
Ray really is a funny guy.
I would say one of the craziest in the business.
I think so. You know, and even when he does a serious song, he has a sense of humor about it. Here's Ray Stevens from a few years ago with an arrangement of a song Johnny Mathis made popular back in 1959. It's called Misty.
Look at me. I'm as helpless as a kitten up a tree. I'm walking on a cloud. I can't understand, Lord. I'm Misty, holding your hand. Walk my way, and 1,000 violins begin to play. Or it might be the sound of your hello, that music I hear, Lord. I'm Misty the moment you leave. You can say that you'll lead me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you on my own. Should I wander through this wonderland alone now, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my glove, Lord? I'm Misty and too much in love. Oh, you can't say that you'll lead me on, but it's just what I want you to do. Don't you notice how hopelessly I'm lost? That's why I'm following you on my own. Should I wander through this wonderland alone now, never knowing my right foot from my left, my hat from my baseball glove? I'm Misty and too much in love. Too much in love. Too much in love. Oh, yeah.
Ray Stevens with a very different look at an old song, and you may remember that he won a Grammy for his arrangement of Misty a few years ago.
We know up next we have a lady who's won the hearts of millions with her hillbilly comedy. Minnie Pearl shows us why she enjoys visiting her new museum as much as the fans do.
I'm apt to get a little teary-eyed because they're such wonderful memories.
And we'll hear from Hank Williams Jr. and all his rowdy friends when we come back.
All my rowdy friends are coming over tonight.
There's going to be a killing out there or something.
Somebody have a knife, gun, or what?
I don't know. They got sticks. They got, I don't know what they all got out there.
How many are out there?
3.
I already got
somebody out there. Try, hurry up.
We got the police rolling.
join the war against crime, police recruits sweat out 6 months of rigorous training.
Again, hit it. Hit it. Strong side, hit it. Hit it. Again, hit it.
Singlet blade goes to the front.
Despite their cultural diversity, trainees share common qualifications. They are high school graduates, over 21, and at least 5 feet tall, and are willing to risk their lives. During the 6 months that recruits spend here at the Los Angeles Police Academy, one of the more important things they learn is how to control and restrain a suspect with a minimum of force. Sometimes, a baton like this is not enough to get the job done. And a gun is too much. To fill the void in the middle, the police have this. It looks like a flashlight, but it packs a wallop. 50,000 volts of electricity. It's called a taser gun. It shoots 2 little barbed darts like this, attached to spools of very fine wire. When the darts hit the suspect, the wires deliver an electric jolt. Here's how it works. You can use the flashlight to aim. Then, you push down on the release bar. That's 50,000 volts. An impressive number, but just enough to stun, not to kill. Sometimes, however, the police have to accept the ultimate responsibility and learn how to kill in the line of duty.
Release the safety. Fire.
Knowing how to fire a weapon is a mechanical skill. Knowing when to pull the trigger in an actual situation takes confidence and the ability to make the right split-second decision. And you don't learn that by shooting at targets. You have to learn it the hard way, on the street, or inside this building, where the street comes to you. This is a unique firearms training facility, the only one of its kind in the world. It's designed to test more than an officer's ability to shoot straight. The elaborate electronics tucked behind that screen test the ability to think straight, under stress, on the street. These are real bullets, except that the slug is made of wax. Otherwise, that screen would be riddled with holes. Now, I'm going to shoot at it, just as thousands of recruits have done. A camera is focused on me, and when the lights go down, I'll be part of what's going to happen on that screen. It'll be dark and dangerous. On the street, you don't know what's going to happen, but you have to be ready for anything.
Let's go down the corner, partner. Check the end of the block.
Hold it right there! Don't turn around! Okay, Ken, you guys get the other one.
All right. Come on, move up along in there and we'll try and flush him out. Stay right behind that car. Police officers, come on out. All right, we know you're in there, so you may as well come out.
I can't.
All right.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I'm hit. I'm hit bad.
Get that door open all the way. Real slow, real slow.
I can't. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
Now get that other arm up in the air.
Oh. Oh.
Real slow, real slow.
I'm hit real bad.
That's it.
I'm hit.
Every shot I fired has been recorded on videotape. To find out if I shot straight, and at the right time and at the right target, all I have to do is play back the tape in the company of Officer Jim Kelly.
Jack, everybody that comes through the simulator gets a hard copy printout of their performance as well as a videotape. Why don't we see if we can correlate the hard copy printout with the videotape?
When you're part of the picture, that's me in the upper left. Your judgment is on the line.
He's fired his first shot, and this is your first shot in the alleyway. You can see the bloom coming out of your weapon, and you can see the impact of your shot right off to the right of the suspect, just behind his back. You actually shot where he was, not where he is. Then your next 3 rounds are all misses on the suspect, and your last shot in the alleyway, after he's turned and fired his second round at you, is a lethal hit on the suspect.
It's pretty obvious from my performance that when your life is in jeopardy, it's hard to make calm, cool decisions. Well, that's what it takes for a police officer to get the job done. And that's what this simulator is designed to teach. But on the street, you can't push a button to stop the action. You have to take it as it comes. And sometimes it comes hard and fast. For police officers, there is no such thing as a typical day. A day that begins with a simple search for evidence may end with a desperate attempt to save a life.
Over the transmission shop, we have a possible suspect walking northbound Reseda towards Saticoy. He just ran into a group of apartments half a block west, or correction, east of Reseda. The guy is running now.
Harry, we got our guy running from us, so we need some units over here with this 459 suspect.
Okay, yeah, let's get another unit over here.
Harry, do we have another?
There he is, there he is.
One battle is over, but the war goes on. Identification cards with paw prints are issued to dogs working for the Los Angeles Police Department. Believe it or not. In a moment, join an orchestra that plays a piano from the inside. Penetrate the human body as ultrasonic sound disintegrates kidney stones. Learn the secrets of the hidden world of mushrooms. Watch as billions of protons bombard a tumor deep within a young woman's skull. See how glass is transformed into a musical instrument.
So I'm Steve Lundquist. Winning a gold medal at the Olympics was great. What else did I get for spending 95% of my life in the water? Dry scalp and dandruff flakes. Until the Sassoon team started looking after the swim team. Now I'm using Sassoon D shampoo. Sassoon D moisturizes my scalp as it cleans my hair. With more moisture, there's less dandruff flaking. Now my hair is as gorgeous as the rest of me. Sassoon D shampoo.
A lot of long-distance companies would like you to think they're just like AT&T. But take a closer look and see how different they really are. No operator service, no immediate credit for wrong numbers, and no service from many small towns. Only one long-distance company gives you full service, only AT&T. Sometimes there's just no substitute for the real thing. AT&T, the more you hear, the better we sound.
Reach out and touch someone.
It's pretty hard work, and you're working pretty steady, and you're trying to keep up and get the job done, and all of a sudden your stomach just starts growling. You want something to eat.
Satisfies you.
About 10 o'clock, we stop and get a Snickers bar. Gets us back, gets our mind back on our work.
Packed with fresh peanuts, peanut butter nougat, caramel, and milk chocolate.
Satisfies you.
Packed with peanuts, Snickers really satisfies.
Every time you take a bite, you get a bunch of peanuts in it. The taste is good, and it's a fulfilling snack.
Friday, Webster's at a special time, 8, 7 Central, and Ben Vereen is back.
Everyone in our family loves dogs. Whoa, wait a minute.
But when he buys Webster a puppy,
What was that? Didn't hear anything.
Uncle Philip's heading straight for the doghouse. Puppy? It's an all-new Webster. What puppy? Then, the wait is over. The year of the Street Hawk begins at 8:30, 7:30 Central and Mountain this Friday.
Creating a musical instrument takes talent and time, especially if they're custom-made. This is the workshop of Stars Guitars in San Francisco. They only make about 24 instruments a year, and each one is one of a kind, designed to fit the specifications of each customer. Now this one would fit the specifications of a giant. It's 10 feet 2 inches high and weighs over 350 pounds, the largest electric guitar in the world. The entire instrument is 3 times normal scale, just the right size for an 18-foot-tall guitarist or 2 people, one on a workbench. Music. Making it or listening to it is what makes the world go round. To explore new ways to express musical ideas, composer Stephen Scott writes music to be played on the piano from the inside. By pulling ordinary nylon fishing line over the strings, or by using specially prepared popsicle sticks, he transforms a single piano into a complete orchestra. The technique utilizes each string as a separate instrument and creates an entirely new sound. To perform works written for 1 piano and 20 hands, musicians at Colorado College, where Scott is a professor of music, have had to learn how to handle small pieces of wood with horsehair glued on them, and how to spray fishing line with the right amount of rosin. In this performance, every sound you hear will come from this single standard grand piano. The piece is called Rainbows, conducted by the composer. Musicians have searched for ways to create new sounds for centuries. In Waltham, Massachusetts, Gerhard Finkenbeiner has combined his profession as a glassmaker with his avocation as a musician to resurrect a long-neglected instrument. Using the purest of quartz crystal and techniques perfected over a lifetime, Finkenbeiner methodically hand-makes a series of glass bowls. Ground to precise specifications, each bowl is designed to produce a distinct musical tone that meets international standards. When combined with other bowls on a rotating spindle, the result duplicates an instrument invented by Benjamin Franklin in 1762. He called it a glass harmonica. When it was first introduced over 2 centuries ago, works to be performed on it were written by composers such as Mozart and Beethoven. To play it, The fingers must first be moistened. The sound made by touching the revolving bowls is unique, as haunting as the sounds of this cantata, composed by Johann Sebastian Bach.
In the music business, a single that goes gold is a record that has sold over 1 million copies. If it goes platinum, it has sold over 2 million. This record, however, went gold with only 12 copies in existence. This is one of them. It's gold-plated, but made out of solid copper, and it may turn out to be the biggest hit single of all times. Records like this were attached to 2 Voyager space vehicles, like this one on display at the Jet Propulsion Lab in Pasadena, California. Right now, both Voyagers are somewhere between the planet Saturn and the edge of our solar system, on their way into the vastness of our galaxy. Hopefully, sometime during the trip, probably at the earliest, some 50,000 years from now, some interstellar presence will come upon a Voyager and open this gold-plated aluminum cover. With luck, he, she, or it will decipher these instructions and figure out how to play the disc. If they do, this is what they will hear. The sounds of Earth. Among other things, greetings in 60 languages, the sound of wind, rain, and surf, crickets, laughter, even the sound of a kiss. The idea for the record was formulated by astronomer Carl Sagan and an advisory committee of prominent scientists, musicians, and linguists. Also,